All right, the additional matchers challenge. What I want you to do is look through the Jasmine docs for matchers, which there's a link to it on line 4 right here. And I want you to pull out a matcher we haven't used in this course. That way you can kind of see what might be out there and write your own test for it and work through it, right? I think it's important for us to actually dive in docs on our own and not just find everything in a tutorial, else you'll never escape tutorial hell, the dreaded tutorial hell, right? So go ahead, pause the screencast, take a look, and write a test for one new matcher we haven't discussed quite yet. All right, so I'm not sure what matcher you chose, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to showcase toMatch. toMatch can take in a string or a regex to compare against another string and see if it is contained within it. So let's say I have a test here that has my first name, right? And I go and I write, I set it all up here. I have my arrange. I'm going to indent that. Indenting is important. And then we want to act. Then we want to assert. And right here in our arrange, we'll just set up my first name equal to Dylan. And we'll set up my last name equal to Israel. And with that, we'll go ahead and instantiate our model here. So we'll say model equals new user. We'll pass in a first name, and we'll pass in a last name. All right. Now that we have that, let's write our expectation. So our expectation, which if you remember in our user.js, we have this full name method that just simply concatenates first name and last name. And we'll say model dot full name dot toMatch. And what are we looking for? Well, in our case, we'll do Dylan. Does it actually have that in there? Yes, it does. And if we wanted to treat that as a regex, get rid of that, we can do that as well. So that's toMatch. Hopefully you had some fun diving through the docs and were able to sort of pull one out, piece it together, and see how you might write a test for it. After you've gone and looked at the matchers, you might be saying like, Dylan, I just did this challenge. Why have we only really talked about 5 or 6 different matchers in this course? Because we're covering the 90% of the scenarios when it comes to this. Now, the idea is simply that we want to learn unit testing. We don't want to memorize Jasmine matchers. And most of those matchers, in my personal opinion, shouldn't even be there. To be truthy or to be false or things like that, we already have toBe. It's very straightforward. And no matter what testing library you go to, they're going to have the ones that we called. They might have a slightly different name, but I want you in this course to have a better understanding of unit testing than the high-level items and take this, not necessarily understand Jasmine, but understand unit testing libraries and frameworks and what to expect. So that's why, and we're honestly covering the ones you're going to use 90% of the time anyhow. But I hope you got a chance through this challenge to dive into the matchers and maybe see what the possibilities may be down the road.